Player 2 has joined the game.
Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 108 of the Two Player Co-op Podcast. As always, I'm one of your hosts here, Kevin, along with my brother from my mother, Sean.
How we doing?
Fantastic. Know why, Sean?
Why, Kevin?
It's E3 time, baby! I held the note. Is that an actual note? I mean, it's always a note.
It was a note.
Hey, thank y'all for watching. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you smash that like button. And if we get 10,000 likes on this video, we'll give away $2 in Fortnite V-Bucks. Shout out to y'all. Let's see if we can hit 10,000 likes. Ding. But seriously, thank you guys for being here. This is the most exciting time of the year. I will say, we are recording this early. Sean right now is actually in Ireland. Well, I mean, not right now, but as you're watching this, Sean is in Ireland. Yeah, welcome to this episode of Hatcast, where we talk about all the latest hats.
Everything going on in the world of hats.
Sean's over there drinking some Guinness, I hope. Maybe some Harp. Not a fan?
That's what I was forgetting. So, sidebar.
Yes.
Brittany earlier said she was talking to somebody at work who lived in Ireland for, I don't know, a few months or something, who said the beer selection is garbage.
They just don't like...
They said pretty
Irish
much anywhere
beer,
you go, there's Guinness, and then a couple other local beers. One's like a Bud Light kind of thing, and I don't remember what she said the other one was. I'm like, wait a minute, there's got to be more. Like, I know Killian's isn't an
it's
Irish.
not really, yeah.
But Harp is.
Harp is, and Smithwick's.
Smithwick's?
Smithwick's, for the unintelligible.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what she was talking about. I don't know what this guy was talking about, but
I don't think she knows what she was talking about. So yeah, Sean's over in Ireland. He's enjoying the beautiful scenery, and I'm jealous. I'll get there eventually. But so yeah, one of our favorite episodes. We've now done this 3 times in a row. 3 years. We did 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
2 times on YouTube. The first time we were audio only.
2 times.
2 times. I still got to get all those old audio podcasts up. I think I can put them. Hey, if anybody knows how to use archive.org, let me know, because I think I can post all our old audio podcasts there. Let me know how that works. I don't really know. If you know, let me know. I guess I could just Google it, but we know I won't. But yeah, this is our 3rd annual E3 prediction special. We're going to do things a little bit differently this time, but I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Is anything else up?
Microphone's up a little bit now.
A little bit.
No. I think, well, you can probably comment on it more than I can, but we both picked up Street Fighter 30.
Oh, yeah.
I played about 10-15 minutes of it before I came over here. And that's probably all I'm going to play for the next 2 weeks. I mean, that's all that I'm going to get to play of it for the next 2 weeks, but like you said, it is arcade perfect.
It is what I wanted it to be. It is arcade perfect. Like, I got in a Reddit war. I remember about like how the Ultra Street Fighter Edition, the old school graphics in that are not the arcade old school graphics. They are the Super Nintendo graphics, and people don't believe me, and I showed side-by-side videos and all that and whatever. If you go play Street Fighter 2 Turbo or Street Fighter 2 on your Super Nintendo and then switch over to the 30th Anniversary Edition, try and tell me that they look the same. They're nothing the same. The sprites are so big in this. They're vibrant. They're beautiful. I like it when it's the zoomed in, not the stretch. I did stretch by accident one time.
Yeah, I did
oh my God,
full,
turn it back. Yeah.
And I turned the border off and did full, so it fills it, but it doesn't stretch it.
Yeah,
but,
it's so much fun. Street Fighter 1 is unplayable.
It really is.
My God. The fact that they ever got Street Fighter 2 amazes me. But just a little tease out there for you. About a month. Well, not when you're watching this. I don't even know.
Couple weeks.
3 weeks or so. 2 or 3 weeks from now when you're watching this. Because this is going up next Tuesday or Wednesday or something. So I don't even know what day that is. But just be on the lookout. We might be doing I don't know, like a live stream, kind of a tournament, maybe like play through all the games and hang out with y'all on YouTube or something. I don't really know, but once we finalize all that, whatever that could be, there'll be a video coming, and we'll have it all over everything.
Hype video.
Hype. So I'm really excited for that. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. So, but just stay tuned for that. It'll be obviously once Sean gets back.
When we did the best of 75, who ended up winning? I don't remember.
You did, and you want to know why?
Why?
Because for the very first fight, The lag was all messed up because your TV settings were wrong,
and you could never recover.
I lost by 1. Also, I had way too much to drink, which I will not be doing this time. That was way too. At one point, I was up by 5 or 6, and then I was like, "Shut up, Logan! You're stupid. Why are you calling me old?" That
Hashtag Team Young.
I will be focused this time, but it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm just so happy I got this because obviously we poured hundreds of hours into all the iterations of Street Fighter 2. Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Special Champion Edition, or Turbo, whatever you want to call it. Super Street Fighter 2 and Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo to a little extent. We all played Alpha. I don't know. We never owned Alpha on the Saturn, I don't think. Did we?
Pretty sure we did.
Did we? We had Alpha. I know we didn't have X-Men.
Was it Alpha or Alpha 2?
I think only Alpha. I think they all came out, but I don't know.
I'm pretty sure we owned something on Saturn.
Street Fighter 3 I really hardly ever played. I had the demo on PS3 for Third Strike Online Edition or whatever it was called. Played it a little bit, but I just never got into it. I did play Street Fighter 3 a little bit last night.
Am I crazy?
Beautiful. The way that animation, it blows my mind.
Did you, maybe that's all you were talking about, but for some reason I feel like I remember you saying Street Fighter 3 or one of the Street Fighter 3s is like the favorite of the like pure, like the true Street Fighter purists like swear by Street Fighter 3
Third Strike. They swear that that's the most technically advanced and perfect fighting game that there is.
I played it a little bit. It was fun, but I mean,
but again, we just play it for fun. We're not like Evo.
Right, yeah.
We're not Evo competitors and stuff. So I don't know that it'll ever really click with us, but I'm glad that I at least have it now and I have it forever. It definitely makes playing Street Fighter on the Pi never needs to happen again, whether it's the arcade versions or Super Nintendo or Genesis. Like, it's good to have it. It is funny to see some of the things that I think got corrected in the home releases for Street Fighter 2. Bison, when he beats you, because he beat me 1 or 2 times before I beat him in regular Street Fighter 2, he says something I cannot something, he says lose instead of lost. And it's like because you could tell they just somebody translated from Japanese to English, and it was just horrible. And there's a couple other things I noticed too. If you're fighting Vega and you die by one of his throws, you don't go oh. It's just silent, weird. I don't know, little things like that. But they are arcade perfect ports. Fantastic, great $40 to spend. If you're a Street Fighter 2 fan, you have to have this game. It is the definitive collection of all things Street Fighter before 4. Just so good, and I love this already better than Street Fighter 5 for sure.
Yeah.
Another thing that I did before we get into this, yesterday I got a nice little trophy, Sean.
What trophy did you get?
I platinum God of War. Very proud of myself. Oh, thank you, everybody.
Round of applause.
Thank you.
Oops, that was How many platinums? 13? 14?
16.
Wow.
16. So not only that, but like this was such a satisfying platinum. So have you fought any of the optional bosses or after you beat
I haven't gone back to it. I haven't had a chance to play.
Do you know what they are?
I'm guessing it's the Valkyries.
They're the Valkyries, yeah.
I ended up in like Valkyrie. There's some place.
Council of the Valkyries?
Something, yeah.
That's where the last fight takes place.
Okay.
So, I mean, minor spoilers. You fight Valkyries. I don't even know if that's a big deal or not because I don't know Norse mythology. Now that I'm done with the game, I'm going to start reading my book. But I got down, I did all the collectibles and stuff. I got all the artifacts out of the way, the treasured spots, the stupid ravens that you have to do with a guide because otherwise you will not find. Some of them are so hidden. And I guess you can listen for that crazy metallic noise they make. But even then, it's like, if I didn't have a guide telling me where to look on some of these, I'd be like, I don't know where they are.
Wow.
Like, I cannot see this thing.
I think I didn't go out of my way to find them, but I think I found 4 or 5 in my playthrough.
I found it was either 12 or 13 by the time I beat the game.
Yeah.
But I did all that because I was like, I want to, and then I beat the Muspelheim is like the challenge of the gods thing that I was telling you about. So you go there and it's basically these.
That's like the fiery place.
It's fun. It's fun until you get to, even the impossible trials aren't that bad. But the Valkyrie fight there, it was my first Valkyrie fight. Don't let it be your first, because I was not leveled up yet. I didn't have good armor and all this other stuff. I got wrecked 15 times. I think I died more against her than I did the final Valkyrie. She wrecked me. But it's all about learning patterns and recognition and all that. But anyway, so I did all the collectible, got all of that out of the way. So I said, I'm going to get this platinum by beating the Valkyrie Queen. and I did it, and it only took me 45 minutes. I thought it was going to take a lot longer. There was a couple fights where I just completely screwed up from the beginning, and she had me down to like almost no life, and I had 1 or 2 hits on her, and I just put the controller down. I was like, okay, I'm not going to stress. Just beat me. I'm not going to use a resurrection stone. Oh, by the way, I had been using the only resurrection stone I had used throughout the game was the one that gives you like half your life back. Use the one that gives you full rage, especially when you fight her. I don't know if you need it throughout the regular game, but because what it does is it gives you a full rage of the Titans or gods or whatever it is in this meter, and only a sliver of health. But you wake up, you turn on the rage, you go over there and just whap, whap, whap. But every time you get a hit,
health back,
so you get up back to about half health like you would if you just did the regular resurrection stone, except you've taken off maybe a quarter of her life in one thing of rage. So
gotcha.
Pro tip there. But yeah, I got the platinum for God of War. I just, man, now that I've finally beaten it, I can say that's my favorite PS4 exclusive. It is over Horizon Zero Dawn. And it was so funny because like I got the platinum and I was like, well, I got some cool stuff. I'm gonna go talk to Sindri and I'm gonna get this new axe pommel thing and I'm gonna level up that. I'm like, I kind of want to keep playing, but there's what else is there to do? Yeah. I can just wander around, and there's still some ancients that I haven't fought yet. I see them on the map, so maybe I'll go back and fight them just for fun. But I mean, it's like a 2-minute fight. They're not even hard anymore. But it's such a good game. So yeah, you beat it.
Did beat it.
Spoiler-free thoughts since you finally beat it. I know you texted me just like I thought you would. Basically said, "Holy crap!" What'd you think beating God of War?
It was so the ending kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Well, God, I can't talk about it.
I'll do a broadcast when you get back. I don't even care.
It was very good. I wasn't sure. Well, God, I can't say anything. I will just say the ending kind of came out of nowhere, and I wasn't sure it was the end until I was like, okay, I guess this is the credits rolled. End. Yeah. Well, not even that. Like the boss fight.
Oh, okay. That was awesome.
Which was
freaking
that
epic.
Was awesome.
It took me a while to realize, I'll just say this, who the big guy was.
I
was like, I thought it was like an image of me or something.
Yeah.
I was like, oh wait, no, yeah. Oh, it's so good.
Yes.
But you liked it. You liked the ending. Does it still sits above Horizon Zero Dawn for you?
For me, yeah. I think I think it's more fun. Oh God, I don't know. They're both so good. I don't know which has the better story. I'm tempted to lean towards God of War just because it's an established world and I'm already invested in it.
You got a connection.
But Horizon was awesome as well. I haven't gone back and played God of War, but I want to. I just haven't had time, and now I won't have time for a while. But Horizon, even though I didn't go back and play that either, I would say Horizon offers more in the way of like replay value, like just because it's open world. There's a lot more to explore, I think, in Horizon than God of War. But I would say, I think God of War is better. Yeah, I'll say it's better.
I don't know how anything's going to top it for Game of the Year. I don't. You've heard us talk. Neither of us.
I mean, the only thing I can think of is Spider-Man.
Yeah, because neither of us are that big on Red Dead.
No, I don't. I honestly don't care.
I don't know that I'm going to get it. The more I think about it, I'm like, I feel like I should get it just because I feel like I should get it. I'm like, well, no, that's dumb. Like, I don't do this for a job. Like, if I don't want to play it, maybe just don't play it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'm going to get it or not, but yeah, Spider-Man's the only thing, and I can't even see that. I think that'll be fun. I think it'll be a good game, but I don't think it can come close to this. Sorry, Nick Shafani. I just don't think it's possible. And I mean, Nick loves God of War. I'm just saying he's the biggest Spider-Man fan that I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not ready to go game of the generation like I've heard a lot of people say. Like they say that, like Altano.
No, I couldn't go that far.
Altano, I think that's Breath of the Wild. Altano and Damon have both been saying on IGN that they're like, I beat God of War now, like I don't even want to, there's like, I don't know where I go from here. Like nothing is saying, there's nothing that's making me want to play another game. I'm like, I get it. God of War was that freaking good. And I'm just so happy for Cory Barlog and the whole team over there. Took me a month to platinum it, and I'm okay with that because I enjoyed every second of it. I stopped tracking. For a while, I was tracking my hours. I wish the game would track your hours.
I was looking for it. I couldn't find it.
But. It's not in there, but I think in an update, they'll eventually add that. I do want to play through it again, but I'm to the point now where I'm like,
is there like New Game Plus or anything?
Not yet. There will be.
Okay.
I think it will be New Game Plus minus one certain item. That's story based. You won't get that until then. But I think once you get it, all your upgrades will come back. Is what I predict. But once they do New Game Plus, depending on when it happens, I want to play through this again and not have to go for the platinum. Just do my 20 hours in the story, especially if I'm already powered up and just wreck fools. Maybe play it on hard. I'm not gonna play it on Give Me God of War. There's no way in hell I'm playing this game on Give Me God of War mode. No way. Thank you, Corey Barlog, for not making a trophy for playing it on the hardest difficulty. That'd be ridiculous. But I was thinking about it today as I was like, so I got through God of War. There's a lot of games I still have to play. I still got to finish Telltale Batman. I'm only through episode 2.
Wow, that'll be another platinum.
Yep, so that'll be 17. Blossom Tales, I still want to get to at some point this year because I'm so excited to play that. Tacoma, I bought it. It's just sitting on my PlayStation, but now that I've beaten God of War, it's like a 2.5, 3 hour game. That actually has a platinum, which I cannot believe.
Just for beating it, or do you have to actually...
there's little like go through here and play this mini game. It's an easy platinum, but so it's like a 3 or 4 hour. That'll be number 18. I still want to play that game. Shout out to John Bernardo, sent it to us a while ago. We never tried to get review codes. Actually, I did after it came out, and that didn't work out. That Swords of Ditto game. That's like a top-down indie roguelike Zelda, top-down Zelda clone where like it looks like it'd be a lot of fun. I kind of want to play that when it goes on sale.
I don't remember that.
Bloodstained Curse of the Moon just came out.
Yep.
I am dying to play that. Is it on? I don't know that it is on Switch. It might just be on the 3DS. We beat the Astros again. But that's one of those things I was like, you would love that. That's something if you can get it on the Switch, just take your Switch and just play that for like 2 hours and just play
that would be that's something I would get on the Switch.
Yeah,
if it's available. I don't know if it is.
I can't remember if it's Switch or 3DS, but either way, I want to play that game. And then I saw my XMB. I've still got Rhyme. That was a free game.
Yeah, I tried that and never...
You did?
I couldn't get into it. But I was playing that around the same time I was playing something else. Was it Blood? No, it was before... Would we have gotten that around when we got Bloodborne?
The month before, I think.
I'm trying to think of what else I was playing. There was something that I like tried it and then like, this is okay. And then I went back to whatever else I was doing. But now I don't remember what that would have been. But I don't know.
Shadow of the Colossus, maybe?
Yeah. I never finished that, actually.
I was going to ask. I didn't think you did.
I never finished it.
Well, make sure you finish it at some point this year. And then I've got Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection. And then I've got Mega Man X Collection is hanging out there, making me want to play it. Mega Man 11 just got announced, coming out October 2nd. Sean and I were both like, I don't know if I'm going to play this. And then we both read the article on IGN and we're both like, yeah, I'm probably going to get
this. Oh, it's on
game.
Switch.
It is on Switch? You need to get that then. Take your Switch, charge it up, take it just for that. That'd be a blast. But yeah, Mega Man 11's coming out. I definitely want to play that. This is a good year. This is a really good year.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot. But we're not here to talk about the past, are we, Sean?
Never.
We're here
Actually, most of the time we are. But
yeah, usually we talk about the past. But today we're going to talk about the future that has not even happened yet. And that future is E3. So... let's just run through the lineup of E3, what it looks like. I feel like this is the most conferences there has ever been. Did you have anything else you want? Have you played anything else, or are you good?
I don't think I've played anything else. No.
So, Saturday, June 9th. Again, Sean's won't be here for any of this, so we're not going to do 3 or 4, what did we do last year? 2 or 3 E3 recap podcasts like we did last year. We might just do a big podcast when he gets back, but we'll see how he's going to be catching up on sleep and stuff. So we'll see.
Yep.
Saturday, June 9th is just EA at 2 p.m. Eastern. And Sunday is when it really kicks off. Microsoft kicks everything off at 4 Eastern. And Microsoft is, quote, going all out this year at E3. We'll talk about what we think that means here in a little bit. Then later that day, Bethesda goes on at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. As of today, Fallout, or yesterday, I think it was. Or was that today?
I think it was yesterday.
It was yesterday it got revealed. Fallout 76 is the thing. I already couldn't care. But then Jason Schreier reporting that it's an online MMO kind of thing, like DayZ or something. I'm like, oh, I really don't care now.
No.
I mean, people that like Fallout, fine. It's just never interested me at all. The VAT system and stuff like that's just so slow and plodding and boring to me. Obviously, people love it. Love that whole series, but whatever. And then Rage 2 was already revealed. I could not care. I didn't even know Rage was a game.
I'd heard of it, didn't know what it was.
You know what I think of when I think of Rage? Way back in the day. Let's go back to 1999, Sean. And I went away to a little university called Geneseo.
Yes.
And I got a desktop computer. With that desktop computer, which at the time was kind of powerful, I guess. I mean, I was able to play like Half-Life and stuff on it, so it must have been somewhat powerful. It came with a game, and I swear, I'm pretty sure it was called Rage. And it was a top-down kind of isometric view, kind of cool-looking graphic, like shmup game.
I think.
Did you have this, or did you play mine or something?
That sounds familiar.
Okay. Because when I think of Rage, that's what I think of. I don't think of this first-person shooter from 5-7 years ago, whatever it was. So I keep meaning to look that up, but I always forget. So that's it for Sunday. Monday, Square Enix has theirs at 1 p.m. Eastern. It seems like they're doing kind of like Nintendo does the recorded Treehouse Live kind of deal. So that kicks off at 1 Eastern. Then at 4 Eastern, we've got Ubisoft or Ubisoft, depending on how you roll. And then Sony, what I would call the main event, goes on at 9 p.m. Eastern. It's always such a late night with Sony.
Yeah.
But I will be watching that for sure. Sony has said there will be no hardware announcements. Obviously, we weren't going to hear about PS5, but there were some people like me that probably held out hope for a Vita 2 or something. Although there's rumors now that something that the new president of SIE said about the portable market and stuff, that they might be looking at it. I don't think they're going to make a Switch, but maybe they are going to make another Vita or something. But they said there's going to be no hardware announcements. They're going to focus on Death Stranding, Last of Us Part 2, Ghost of Tsushima, and Spider-Man. They're going to make one last push. You don't need to push Spider-Man. It's going to sell like crazy. But they're going to make one last push with Spider-Man. And then Tuesday, June 12th, Nintendo closes everything out at 12 p.m. Eastern. And we already know that new Pokemon games got announced yesterday. I don't get it because they're not like the Pokemon game. The Pokemon game is still coming next year. So, yeah, you're either Team Pikachu or you're Team Eevee. Eevee? I don't know what her name is or his name.
It's Eevee.
Eevee. Are you excited for the new Pokemon on Switch?
No.
Okay. So that's the rundown. So in the past, what we've done is we've really just done what we called a prediction special, which as much as it was predictions, it was more hopes and dreams.
Yeah.
Our stuff was always pretty out there. I think last year you won a 0.5 point to 0, or maybe 1 to 0, or 1 to 0.5, or something like that.
It was pretty bad.
It was pretty low. But what we want to do this year, there's 4 things that we kind of want to have a discussion about. Some open-ended questions that we're going to discuss before we get into some other actual predictions or hopes and dreams that we have. So we just want to kind of change things up a little bit this year, do things a little bit differently. So our first question. So we know that Sony is focusing on those 4 major first-party games that I said.
Yep.
Do we finally get gameplay from Death Stranding and The Last of Us 2? Also, do you think we will get dates or time frames for one or the other, or both games at this year's E3? What do you think, Sean?
I think we get time frames for both. I think we've seen so much and yet nothing of Death Stranding that if they don't show gameplay this time, I'm going to start losing interest. Like, it's time to poop or get off the pot, I think.
You stole my words. Yes, I agree.
Well, Last of Us, I don't know that we'll get gameplay yet. I think that's still fresh enough, and that's established already. I think they're going to tease us a little more with just kind of the story and what's going on. Death Stranding, if we don't get some kind of gameplay, then I'm going to be pretty upset.
I think it's ridiculous because now this will be the 3rd E3 that this has been at, right? Because it debuted at 2016 with the footprints and stuff. E3 2016 was awesome. I just realized that. It was Death Stranding and God of War while I was sitting out at dinner at work with the people at work, and I was watching on my phone at dinner and trying not to cry like a baby because I was just so happy that there was God of War and Kojima was showing his game. And it's not Silent Hills, and it's not Metal Gear Solid 6. So just stop. I think all that's starting to kind of die out, but anyways, I think we absolutely 100% have to get gameplay. Now, I'm not saying I'm not saying we're going to get a gameplay demonstration with like Kojima up there with a DualShock 4.
No, I think it'll just be.
But I think
you'll see footage.
We'll see a HUD,
and then all of a sudden you're like, I think it's going to be the kind of thing where you see in-game stuff, and then all of a sudden it reveals itself to be like, oh crap, this is actually actual gameplay footage, not like a cutscene. I think it's going to be one of those kinds of things. But
where a cutscene kind of morphs into gameplay.
Yeah.
And I'm so interested to see that because it's been 2 years since it's got revealed. We have no idea what the hell is going on here.
Yeah.
Mads Mikkelsen said in an interview the other day, what did he say? That it's going to take worldwide cooperation from players to beat the game, and something about maybe like across languages or something. That did kind of fuel the whole Metal Gear thing because disarming the nukes, the language was the whole theme really of Metal Gear Solid 5, or one of them. So that fed into it, but I'm like, you go back and you think to when they first revealed this and they started talking about what Death Stranding was. It's still such a dumb name. I don't like the name, but Metal Gear Solid is probably a stupid name too. The first time people heard that was like, Metal Gear Solid? Why? I mean, I know why he did it, but anyways. The whole thing about sticks and ropes. Like, remember sticks and ropes. That's what Kojima talked about when he first talked about this game, is ever since we've been humans, there's been the idea of sticks and ropes. You use sticks to keep things away from you that can threaten you, and you use ropes to hold things or bring things closer to you that you hold dear. And somehow that's going to factor into this. Remember, he showed like a drawing of like Kojima, Reedus, Del Toro, and I can't remember who the other guy was, but like little cartoon figures where they were like all connected by a rope or something. I just don't know. I don't know what Kojima's thinking with this game, but we have to get gameplay at this point. Last of Us 2, I don't need to see any gameplay. I have to see gameplay from Death Stranding. I don't need to ever. They could just say the game is out November 30th, and here's another little minute and a half story teaser, and that's it. Like, okay, because I don't really care about what the gameplay is in that game. I want the story. I want to know what the hell happens to Joel and Ellie. I want to know why Ellie is so, I'm going to kill every last one of them. I want to know who the hell these random people were in the last trailer. Is that Ellie's mom, 15 years ago or something when she was pregnant? Or is this some other character or is she a Firefly or whatever? Do you feel the need to see gameplay from Last of Us? Okay.
Not at all. Honestly, though, a little bit of a hot take. Going back to Death Stranding, now, the more I think about it, not only do we need to see gameplay, I think we need to be... Now, I'm just speaking for myself. Maybe nobody else agrees. I think we need to see gameplay, and I think we need to be blown away. I'm already, now thinking back, I've kind of had it with this game, and it just seems like it's too... What's the word?
Weird?
Well, too just
abstract.
Big and abstract and artsy or something. Like I'm starting to lose hope for this game. I'm not saying it's gonna bomb, but it just seems like much ado about nothing so far right now. I think we need gameplay, and it needs to blow us away.
I agree. I just have no. Is this going to be a technical espionage game with a baby as your life bar, or is it like? I have no idea what this game is. Or are we just going to keep getting short films and this is never actually going to be a game? It would be hilarious if they did something. If they ended up doing something like Quantic Dream just did, with Detroit.
Maybe it's all just going to turn into a pachinko machine. Maybe that's what this is all about.
So, you think we get time frames for both, you said?
I think so.
Now, so we know, so like I said, Sony said there's no hardware. They also said that the PlayStation 4 is entering the final phase of its life. But they also kind of said there's no plans to release anything through fiscal year 2021 or something like that, like up through March 2021. Or they're going to support it through then or something. So basically what I think I'm trying to say is I think the PlayStation 5 is 2020. I don't think it's 2019. I think it's 2020. So is Death Stranding coming out next year, or is this a PS5 game? Now, I will say they have said, because I went back because I was listening to one of the Kind of Funny Games Daily the other day because they were talking about Death Stranding and are we already playing the game? Is Kojima in our heads and all that stuff? And I don't remember if it was Kojima. I think it was actually Kojima on the panel he did with Greg at a RTX or something. I don't know what it was. Said it is a PlayStation 4 game. But is it a PlayStation 4 game like Metal Gear Solid 5 was also a PlayStation 3 game and an Xbox 360 game? Like,
yeah.
So what do you think the time frame is going to be for this game?
I'll go out on a limb and say Last of Us is mid-19 and Death Stranding late 19. Maybe. I don't know.
I think so. Supposedly people have played Death Stranding. Like I think Del Toro has said he's played it or something. People have played Death Stranding. So there is an actual game there.
Yeah.
They've played like up to an hour of it or something. I think everybody just keeps thinking because it's Kojima that this game isn't going to come out. Like I was listening to one of our old podcasts and we said it'll come out in 2025 or something. I think it's closer to being done than people think. And I think both of these games are 2019 games. It wouldn't surprise me at all if Last of Us is another summer game like Last of Us was the first time.
Yeah.
So it came out in June, either right before... I don't remember if it came out right before E3 or right after E3. Kind of like Arkham Knight did that year when it came out. The notion that big games have to come out in the fall, it doesn't matter anymore.
Right.
Like, God of War, people are calling God of War the game of the generation. It just came out in freaking April. Like
Zelda was March.
Yeah, and Horizon was February. And
yeah.
Resident Evil 7 was January. Like no one cares about dates anymore. So I feel like Last of Us is a summer game and Death Stranding is a... I don't think it's a November game. I don't think it's a game you want to put up against Call of Duty and stuff like that. But I could see it being a September game like Metal Gear Solid 5 was.
Yeah.
And he left Konami December 2015. That's almost a full 4 years that he's been working on that game. I don't think it's a 2020 game. I just don't think there's any way that game comes out in 2020.
I mean, nothing would surprise me, but no, I think it's 19 also.
I almost think there's a better chance that Death Stranding comes out next year than there's it. If one of them slips to 2020, I would actually say it's The Last of Us. Just because, I mean, Uncharted 4 didn't come out until April or May, I forget what it was after all the delays of 2016. So that's just a three years to put that game out.
Yeah. Yeah, you may be right there.
And God of War just took 5 years to make, so I mean, who knows? But I'm excited to see both. It's just so funny how like we said, we've got to see gameplay from Death Stranding, and I don't really care at all about the gameplay in Last of Us. I just want.
I don't need to see that. We already know what we're getting with that game. Yeah. And like you said, it's really more about the story than anything.
All right, next up. Xbox, like I said, they say they're going all out at E3 this year. So, what do we think this means? To me, I think this means that this is their last-ditch effort to try and... They obviously they cannot win this console war.
No.
Sony has sold 80 million or close to it, PS4's last count. I think EA let it slip out that the Xbox One is at 30 million, just under 30 million. Like, it's over.
Yeah.
But... I think this is when they make a last-ditch effort, full court press, whatever other analogy you want to do to try to salvage something out of the end of this console generation, to get everything they can out of the Scorpio, but still make maybe some games that they might announce. Also be fine on the Xbox One S, not X. Do we think... What I think is they've got to come out strong first-party-wise. Their first-party games have sucked on the One. They have nothing. Like, they had Halo 5. And nobody really liked it. Like, it was just weird. They got rid of the couch co-op. They did other stuff. Gears of War 4 was fine. They just had Sea of Thieves came out, but that seems like that came out. People played it, and then it just was like, whatever.
Yeah.
Don't care anymore. Do you think... Well, first off, what do you think they're doing to go all out at E3 2018?
I mean, like you said, the only thing I can think of is they need to throw up a Hail Mary with some kind of... what's basically going to be their swan song for the One. Do we get Halo 6? I don't know. How long? When was 5?
I think it was 2015.
So I think we have to get a new Halo. I don't know. Part of me is just like you said, you're not going to win. I don't think they're going to announce a new Xbox, but it's almost like what more can you do? What more can you do with Xbox One?
Yeah, you can't win.
You can't
announce any new hardware because you just had the Scorpio come out last year.
I don't know what the plan is, but I think we're going to be, I'm not trying to hate, I think we're going to be underwhelmed.
Yeah.
Especially now that they've built this hype up. Even if they hadn't, to me it seems like an underwhelming E3 for them. Maybe next year they come back. And now that they've built this hype up, unless they've got an ace up their sleeve, I think it's going to be very underwhelming.
The only thing I can think of is, like, have they secured some kind of third-party exclusive? Like, so what I wrote down is, do we get Gears of War 5 and do we get Halo 6?
Yeah.
Actually, I think we get both.
I don't
think we get both out this year, but I think we see both. I think Halo does come out this year. I think it tries to distance itself maybe late or like right before Black Friday, like a month or so after Red Dead has come out, so that's out of the way. I think Halo 6 it's like a Fallout 4 situation where they just announce it and it comes out a few months later. Yeah. I think they show Gears of War 5 also. I think people pretty much like Gears of War 4. Kind of like God of War 4, there was a father-son dynamic there with the Phoenixes, and I still need to go back. I mean, I'm just too lazy to go upstairs and play the Xbox that the kids have, but all the Gears of War games are on Game Pass. I want to play them. I don't know which one I should play, if I should play through all 3, and then I don't think 4 is on there. I think just 1 through 3 are. But I want to play that. It seems like a cover-based third-person shooter with like guns with chainsaws.
Seems
on
like
it
it should
stuff
be
like
awesome.
That. I should love it.
Yeah.
I don't care at all about playing Halo 5. But I think we do get Gears of War 5, and I think we get... It's so confusing saying GOW right now. Gears of War 5, and I think we get Halo 6. I think Halo 6 comes out this year. I think Gears of War 5 is early next year. But then I'm also like, if they're going all out, but you can't, like... I don't think either of those at this point are system sellers, because the Halo Master Chief Collection was not well received. It had a whole bunch of issues.
Yeah, nobody's going to be like, Halo 6?
Right.
Now I'm buying Xbox.
It's like, really, we're on 6? Right. Yeah. I almost wouldn't be surprised. Actually, I'm not going to call it Halo 6. I won't be surprised if it's just
Halo.
Halo.
You always like to do that.
No, but I mean...
I know, but every time... You know what? And I think the next game is just going to be called Halo.
Hey,
it's just going to be called God of War.
With God of War.
It's just going to be called Resident Evil. It's just going to be called Zelda.
No, I never said Zelda. But speaking of Resident Evil, do they get some kind of exclusivity with Resident Evil 8? Is that a thing yet? Is there some kind of third-party thing out there that, like... I mean, obviously, Red Dead is coming out on both, and I think they might even be partnering with Sony for like some kind of exclusivity on DLC or something. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But is there some kind of third-party deal that's out there that we don't know about that it's going to be like, holy crap? Do they get Dark Souls 4? Does Dark Souls 4 come out? I know they've said they're done making Souls games, but does Dark Souls 4 come out and it's Xbox exclusive for a year or something like that? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what going all out means. Maybe there's a price drop for the Scorpio. A year after release, that kind of would probably piss some people off. $500 is still a lot to ask.
That's a lot, yeah.
For a console, you can get it on sale a lot of times for less than that, but still, the MSRP is $500 still. Maybe they drop the price of the Xbox One S. I don't know what I said. to $200. I don't know. I don't know what going all out means. It's like obviously we're Sony and Nintendo fanboys. Neither of us play Xbox ever. No. Like I said, I got my boys got one for Christmas from Santa, and I just don't play it. If it was downstairs, I probably would. I don't want to go upstairs and play on that crappy TV, but I want them to have a good E3.
Right. I don't want them to fail, but I think they're too far gone now. I think you need to start looking to the Xbox 2 or whatever it's going to be. Just cut bait.
Or it's just
the Xbox.
But remember, the Xbox One X actually spells out Xbox.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what going all out means, but yeah, do you agree with me? Do you think we get 5 and 6?
That's the only thing I can think of, short of new hardware, which may do more harm than good.
Yeah, they might as well.
Yeah.
But I like Phil Spencer. I hope they have a good E3. We'll see what they do. Next up, third question: do we finally get to see Rocksteady's new game that we know they're working on? They did some teases earlier this year and everything. And if we do, and actually we just talked about third-party exclusivity. Holy crap. Oh my God. It's sitting right there and I didn't even think about that. But do we get to see Rocksteady's new game finally? And if so, what is it? Now, in my mind, in a perfect world, it would be a Ninja Turtles game.
Ninja Turtles just...
But I don't know what's up with that license. I have no idea if crappy Platinum Games still has it or whatever, or whoever Platinum made it. I don't remember who produced that game, but like,
Ninja Turtles makes sense.
It would be perfect. Give that to Rocksteady, it would be freaking bonkers.
Like, you can... it seems like it fits. I mean, you don't need to go super dark. I mean, it's the Ninja Turtles. No. But you don't need to go back to the comic book, the original comic book.
But you could get a happy medium or something, yeah.
Yeah, like the newer movies, not this new show, not the new show, like the movies, but turn the darkness up a little bit. Like, I think it works perfectly, and you can switch between the like it makes sense.
Or have couch co-op,
or that too. But I don't know. I don't know what we get. I think something's announced. I think Ninja Turtles is too good to be true.
I think so too. I think it's more likely that it is either Justice League or Superman or a Batman game, even though, spoiler alert, it's 3 years old. Batman, fakes his death at the end of Arkham Knight and he's retired and whatever. But then the ending kind of makes it seem like he's still out there using Fear Potion or something. I don't know. They said they were done making Batman games. They're very clear about just saying Batman. But there was also rumors like a year ago we talked about that WB Montreal was actually working on like a sequel to Arkham Origins. So another prequel Batman, not made by Rocksteady, but made by WB Montreal, who did a great job with Arkham Origins. They get a bad rap for it, and I think it's not fair to them. I don't know how a Justice League game works. I still don't know how a Superman game works. I don't know how you make a Superman game. How do you put that character in a game where it's not just like punch and they're dead, punch, okay, I mean, where's the boss, punch, he's dead. Like, you can't just have him fight Doomsday over and over and over again. You could have him fight Batman,
but you can't just keep fighting Batman through the whole game.
Well, no, but he could. And then there's a quick time event where you got to push square for Martha or something.
The only thing I can think of is it would have to be some kind of like the old school PS2, PS3 God of War kind of game where it's just a flood of enemies that you can one-on-one you destroy, but and you have giant boss fights, but that's the only way I can see a Superman game kind of working. But that doesn't sound like Rocksteady.
No.
So I don't know. We'll get something. I don't know what it'll be. Ninja Turtles is the only thing I can think of.
Ninja Turtles is my pie in the sky. Yeah. If we're talking what we want to happen, not what we think will happen, I want them to get Ninja Turtles. But again, and there was something weird with the last game with the Mutants in Manhattan. Remember, it got pulled down off of the PlayStation and Xbox stores for some reason. I don't remember if it ever went back up, but there was something with licensing or something. Something weird happened with that. So maybe they don't have the license, but I don't know.
Plus, hello, Rocksteady.
I know. Every time I hear that, I'm like, well, obviously they need to make a Ninja Turtles game because they're freaking called Rocksteady. Rocksteady. So yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. I definitely think we see something from Rocksteady. I don't know if they're aligned with one company or the other or what it'll be, but perfect world. Rocksteady presents Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Last question of discussion before we get to our hopes and dreams. So it has been 25 years since Link's Awakening was released.
Mm-hmm.
It's been 20 years since it was re-released on the Game Boy Color, the DX version, if you will.
Those games were 5 years apart.
Doesn't it seem
It seems like they were like a year apart.
I know.
Or 2 years, maybe.
93 and 98.
Weird.
Also this November is the 5-year anniversary of A Link Between Worlds.
Gosh.
So, we know we are now over a year removed from Breath of the Wild. By the time November rolls around, we'll be over a year and a half removed from Breath of the Wild. Does Nintendo announce a 2D Zelda remake coming out this holiday season?
Unfortunately, I think no.
Oh, come on!
I wish we would.
Wish you would.
But I don't know. Like, I feel like it's right up there with your Metal Gear Solid 3 remake. Unfortunately, like, I don't know. I want to say yes, but I just don't think so.
It's dumb for me to even really want an HD re-release of Link's Awake or Link Between Worlds when I just got it for my 3DS for Christmas and just loved it and almost 100% of it. I missed out on a couple heart containers and whatever, but and I was going to say yes, we're getting Link's Awakening HD this November. But now that they just announced this 2DS,
there's that
looks
too.
Beautiful. That is so. If I didn't have a 3DS and a Switch and whatever, I still can't. Why?
Just let it
die. Let the past die. What does he say? I need to watch. I got it on Blu-ray. I still haven't watched it yet. Let the past die. Kill it. Kylo Ren.
Oh yeah.
Let the past die. Kill it. I don't know. I'm gonna keep saying it till it makes sense.
By the way,
yes.
I saw Han. Nope. I saw a Solo.
I saw Han.
That movie's good. You still don't want to see it? I mean, you already know what happens.
I already know everything that happens, so I really don't feel the need. But knowing what happens, I'm like, I don't like. I can't even talk about it.
No, but it's
all the stuff that
it's good
that they reveal about.
Part of me is like,
his past.
Part of me is still like, it's not a story that needs to be told.
Right.
But does any of Star Wars need to be told? Did we even need to go back and do Rogue One? Like, none of it needs to be told.
But Rogue One at least filled in. Tangent. Rogue One at least filled in the gap. By the way, it's a fantastic movie. One of my probably top 3 Star Wars movies of all time. How the hell do you build a Death Star with just this? Well, but if they manage to land a blast in this hole, then the whole thing's going to explode. And now you find out, well, yeah, they weren't just stupid. It was put there on purpose.
Right. I mean, that was
spoiler alert. I mean,
retcon. I mean,
yes, it was a huge retcon. Yeah. Yes, but I don't care. He doesn't look like Han Solo. I hate the way he talks and stuff in the trailers. I hate that I've got a good feeling about this. That pisses me off. Whatever. Maybe it works in the movie. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't even in the movie. Maybe it was just in the trailer.
It was.
Okay.
I don't know. I thought it was good.
So, anyways, E3. I think it's if we do get a 2D Zelda, I would love it to be a new 2D Zelda on the Switch. If they announce that, I will lose my mind.
Yeah.
But I feel like if they announce a new one, it's going to be like a Four Swords Adventures or some stupid thing like that.
Yeah.
Which I don't want any part of that. I didn't want Triforce Heroes. I've never played Four Swords Adventures. I just don't care about it. If they're going to do a remake, I think it makes way more sense for them to do Link's Awakening. Because of this 2DS coming out with a Link Between Worlds preloaded on the thing, like Nintendo doesn't always care about their PR. Like, they don't care if they do stupid things like making 5 NES classics and nobody can get it. And
all right, so let me ask you this. Okay. Would you rather see a true Link's Awakening remake?
Okay.
Or would you rather see a Link Between Worlds kind of back to well, I guess I don't even know how you make that work in the story, but I guess, I don't even know how you would do that. It would almost have to be a remake.
You know what I almost just thought of, though? What if they remake Zelda 1?
That would take a lot of... Zelda has changed so much. I think it would be almost unrecognizable.
Yeah.
I don't think you can remake that game
I don't think
the way it is. I don't think they'll do that.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would rather... Just because, I mean, Link Between Worlds is perfect the way it is. I wish I could play it on my Switch, but I'm probably never going to be able to. If they release a remake of Link's Awakening, I'm all over it.
Yeah.
I'm all over it, especially because I stopped playing it on my Pi.
And I mean, it doesn't seem like it's that. I mean, I still say no. But after Nintendo just randomly did the Return of Samus, or Samus Returns, or whatever it was called, like, who would have seen that coming?
That is a fantastic point. I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't be unheard of. I'm still going to say no. As much as I want it to happen, I still say no.
Because remember, they at some interview, Aonuma said that they basically pulled the 3DS guys over to work on a 2D Zelda.
Yeah.
But we don't know what that means. Again, I still worry that it just means a multiplayer Zelda, which will suck.
Yeah.
And then they would time it to come out with when the new Switch Online thing launches in September.
Yep.
Oh, God, I just answered my own question. I don't know. I'm going to predict Link's Awakening HD whatever for Switch. I think it gets announced. I think the whole 25th anniversary plays into it. A lot of people love that game. I don't see it yet, but I think if I could play it in a reimagined take, kind of like how Link Between Worlds is a reimagining of A Link to the Past. I mean, it's different, but you know what I mean. Put a modern spin on that game, I think it'd be awesome.
Yep.
All right, so those were our 4 discussion points for E3 2018. Now, let's get into our predictions / hopes and dreams.
All right, I'm going to go first.
You go first.
So one of mine
oh, God.
is we had a new 2D Zelda game on the Switch, which is why I'm saying that we're not going to get a remake. I think we get a new game. Unfortunately, I do think you're probably right, and that it's probably going to be something. It just seems like it seems like it's been too long since we've had one, and it just seems like it's too soon to have a brand new Zelda storyline. Yeah,
but I mean, I'm not crazy, right? The last 2D Zelda game we got proper was Link Between Worlds. We got Triforce Heroes after that, where you stack 3 links up and throw them, and whatever dumb stuff they were doing.
That doesn't count.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then before that, Spirit Tracks. So I mean, it's been 5 years. It's been a while.
But
maybe it will be a real Zelda game.
But they had everybody working on Breath of the Wild to get that thing done.
That's true.
So I don't know how much time they've had. God, I hope you're right. And I hope you're half right. I hope we get a new 2D Zelda. I hope we get a 2D Zelda non-multiplayer period that's announced at E3.
The issue with it is I just don't know, unless they just do like they did with Metroid Prime 4 last year, where we literally see nothing but like a logo.
Ugh.
I don't know. They're not going to show gameplay already because I don't think it's coming out till next year. But I don't know how you reveal. You're not going to have cool cutscene. Like, I don't know how they would. In my mind, I can't even picture how they would reveal it unless it's like a Prime 4 kind of thing where it's literally you just hear the music and then it fades in, logo.
Yeah, but they got to show something so that
it's a 2D.
Yeah, they got to show. Maybe it's just him cutting through a bush, or just some, and it just says early gameplay footage or something like that.
Yeah, but yeah, that's my first prediction. Well, my first hope.
So mine is kind of similar to that. Except mine is that Konami announces Metal Gear Solid remake. However,
Metal Gear Solid 3?
I think I'm changing it at the last minute. I think it's the 20th anniversary of Metal Gear Solid 1. There's been rumors that maybe Blue Point is doing something. I think it's actually, I think if they remake one, a game now, I think it's Metal Gear Solid 1. 20th anniversary. I don't know why I care so much about these anniversaries. They probably don't care, but it's like that game, like Twin Snakes was not the remake that game deserved. Like Blue Point has shown what they can do with, I mean, the Uncharted collection was just really just up-resing it, and God of War was up-resing it and stuff, but like Shadow of the Colossus was almost a new game.
Yeah.
You do that with Metal Gear Solid 1, you bring it into modern times, change enemy placements. I'm okay with that. I'm not saying it has to be like Metal Gear Solid 1 where all the enemies are exactly the same, because everybody that has played Twin Snakes says that game, that the first-person perspective breaks that game. I don't want them to break it. Do it in a different way. But do it the same cutscenes. Bring back the same voice actors. I'm sure Hater was so butthurt over Metal Gear Solid 5. He'll come back and do it. If he's got to re-record his lines, he doesn't care.
Would he, though? Or would he just be like, you guys are dead to me?
No, because he was pissed off at Kojima. He was a crybaby about Kojima doing, and he was like all. Remember when he was like, "Oh, that's so weird that they would replace Jack Bauer on, you'd get rid of a legend on 24." I'm like, you are so petty, dude. Like, you're better than that. You're Solid Snake. There will never be another Solid Snake. Just get over it. But I do think, I think Konami has got to do something, and they may just not care. So this could just be pissing in the wind, but. Konami, it's just crazy to think about the legacy that this company has.
Yeah.
To just throw it all away is very depressing. I thought about making this my last prediction, but I said, well, now that you did that, I'll just make it my first one. I think we get a Metal Gear Solid remaster announced, and I think it does come out this year. I won't be surprised if it's Blue Point doing it. Maybe it's Konami doing it. I would rather have it be 3 because it's my favorite game of all time. And if I could just play 3 with 5's controls, with those cutscenes from the stupid pachinko machine where they're recreated. I mean, like Konami actually did that right. Other than it being a pachinko, they did it right. Like they're recreated shot for shot. Nothing changed. Like it was just beautiful graphics. Like it was all the exact same as it is in 3.
Yeah.
The fact that they showed that much care into a pachinko machine, I still say there's got to be more to it than that, but we'll see. But my prediction officially, and I'm not doing this to jinx it, to reverse jinx it so that 3 comes out, I think it's Metal Gear Solid 1. I think we get a remake of it, and I think it comes out this fall for the 20th anniversary.
All right.
Your next prediction is Metal Gear Solid 3 remastered.
All right, I got to figure out what order I want to do this. All right. Next. I really hope that, I really hope all these are true. I want to see, again, probably it's a year out. Well, I don't know. Maybe it'll be this year. Who knows? I want Bloodborne 2.
I hope so. Look, I'm not going to go back and play Bloodborne 1 at this point,
I don't even know that I'm ever going to go
right.
back. And I never thought I would have even enjoyed the game. And I have like this weird, it's a weird love-hate kind of thing going on where I love that game, but it's to the point where I'm like, I think I've peaked. I've gone as far as I can go. And I may never go back and play it at this point. But I still can't wait for Bloodborne 2.
So, From Software did their little teaser. Was it at PSX? I can't remember. Where they did, it was just like the thing cranking. And it was like, it looked like some kind of torture device or something. Looked very Bloodborne-ish. A lot of people think it might be Tenchu, but I don't think anybody cares about Tenchu. I don't think they would make a teaser for Tenchu. I think they would make a teaser for Bloodborne 2.
Yeah.
I hope you're right.
I hope so. I hope it's this year, but I doubt it.
I think if it does come out, because I think Bloodborne 1 came out, I think it was like a Resident Evil game. I mean, I think it came out in January timeframe, somewhere like that. But yeah, as much as I'm so glad that I played Bloodborne, I'm never going to go back because it's too much grinding at this point. And there's too much that, like I read earlier on the podcast, I've got so many other games I want to play. I'm not going to go back to it, but Bloodborne 2, oh, I will buy that, and I will put every ounce of energy I have into actually beating that freaking game.
Yep.
Get good. All right. My next one, I think it might be kind of obvious, so I'm going to actually call this a prediction, not just a hope and dream. Ubisoft has kind of been, they said on a conference call that a some kind of franchise or something is going to have a new game before the end of this fiscal year, which means before March. And there's a lot of predictions out there that Splinter Cell is coming back. And I think Splinter Cell is coming back. I don't think it's coming back till late next year, though. But if there is no more Metal Gear games coming, I'm going to become a Splinter Cell fan, damn it. But no, Watch Dogs 3 is real, and it's coming out this November. And if that's true, don't at me. I will care 10 times more about that game than I do Red Dead at this point.
Yeah.
Watch Dogs, so my history with Watch Dogs, from the first time I saw it get revealed, loved it. Looked amazing. It's innovative. It's GTA with hacking, and you can hack anything, and it looks like the prettiest game you've ever seen. That didn't come true. You could tell again, it's like the Assassin's Creed thing. You could tell with Assassin's Creed 1 they had a good idea. Assassin's Creed 2 blew it out of the park. Watch Dogs 1, you could tell they had a good idea, but you couldn't like drive and shoot at the same time. The driving was just impossible. You couldn't hack anywhere near everything. The visuals were way downgraded from what they showed at the first reveal. All that was fixed in Watch Dogs 2. Watch Dogs 2 was so much fun. It made my top 5 games last, what year is it now? In 2016. I platinumed it. I had an absolute blast with it. That delivered on the promise that they all talked about for Watch Dogs 1. I think Watch Dogs 3, if you remember back when we were talking about this when I was playing it, there was like some viral site, or there was a recording in there or something that pointed to a longitude and latitude that pointed to London. I do think that ends up being true, and I think Watch Dogs 3 somehow takes place in London. For me, I would love it to be in New York. I'd love it to be like a GTA 4 kind of a thing, or a GTA 3 was also in Liberty City, right?
Yeah.
Where it's in a version of New York City. They did a great job recreating Chicago in Watch Dogs 1. Apparently, they did a great job doing San Francisco just kind of on a smaller scale in Watch Dogs 2. I think Watch Dogs 3 is real. I think Ubisoft, there's rumors that because there was that Walmart leak where they listed all these games, and one of them was Splinter Cell and one of them was Assassin's Creed. I think if anything, the Assassin's Creed that's coming out this year is not new. It'll be Assassin's Creed or Edition, Game of the Year Edition, that even though it didn't win any Game of the Year awards, it'll come out with all the DLC and blah, 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 blah. I think we get Watch Dogs 3, and it's out this November. A few weeks after Red Dead comes out, so it gives it enough time to breathe and stuff. But I think Watch Dogs 2 didn't sell as well as they were hoping. Watch Dogs 3 has to sell for it to keep being an every other year thing. Like, I think that's what they want to do. Is I think they want to go Watch Dogs, Assassin's Creed, Watch Dogs, Assassin's Creed, then mix in their Far Cries in the spring and stuff like that. So Watch Dogs 3 is coming out this November, and I can't wait to play it.
I could see that, but I don't know. It seems, I know the times work out, but that just seems
it's been 2
very
years.
soon.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't shock me to see it announced.
They've got the engine built. They don't need to change anything. The graphics look fine. They don't need to upgrade anything about the graphics. The driving, everything was great in that game. Just give us a new city with a new story and new characters, and have another cool cameo. Have some of the characters from 2 show up in 3. Like Aiden Pierce had a little cameo from 1 into 2, which I was so happy to see because I really liked the story of 1. I actually like the story of 1 better than the story of 2. I think it's just like the way that they had Aiden Pierce be, it was just kind of, he was boring and stuff. But the actual story that was there was great. So I was happy to see him in 2. We'll see if somebody also shows up in 3.
All right. My next one, I think we finally get, I don't know about gameplay. Maybe gameplay, but we'll at least get an announcement finally for Resident Evil 2 Remake.
This thing
I feel like that's been way too long. Like, I don't even know if it's ever going to happen, but I'm hopeful.
Kicking around forever.
I remember when the Resident Evil 1 remake came out, which was probably, I mean, you might know, had to be at least 10 years ago.
Oh God,
12 years ago.
The one, I mean, was that GameCube?
That was GameCube.
Okay, yeah.
So I remember at the time, that was one of the prettiest games I've ever seen. At the time, it hasn't really aged well, but I mean, it still looks good for GameCube, for being what 1, 2, 3 systems old for Nintendo, and it still had like the static camera, not as bad as the original, but it was still mostly static. But it made the game. I mean, Resident Evil 1 scared the crap out of me, and the remake just made everything darker and more realistic, and I think they crank that up a notch. I don't think it's Resident Evil 7 style because, I mean, the game's already there. The story exists. You're not going to have this weird... I mean, I don't think they go first person. It'll still be, you know, kind of static camera. Maybe more Resident Evil 4, but...
Oh, that would be
But
awesome.
more, you know, Resident Evil 4 graphic camera style, but gameplay of the original. But I think we finally get to see it. Maybe some gameplay, or at least, you know, cutscenes or something. And I think it is going to scare the crap out of me.
See, I don't think I've actually ever played RE2 at all.
1 was the best. 1
of the original trilogy.
Yeah, 2. I mean, 2 was a better gameplay experience.
Yeah,
but it's like you can't top just the whole haunted mansion kind of thing. Yeah. Like, oh, police station. Okay. Instead of having a sword and a helmet and a shield and a armor key, you have heart key, diamond key, spade key, club key. Like, okay, we see what you're doing. There's still the tyrant kind of thing. I mean, it very much follows the same pattern. But I think 2 was probably my favorite gameplay of the original trilogy, but I mean, nothing will ever top 1 from just that whole atmosphere that they created. But I really want to see a 2 remake. I think it has to happen. If it doesn't happen this year, I'll drop it. It's not coming. I think it's this year or bust. I mean, at least announced this year.
I think Capcom has like said that they've hinted that it exists.
They've hinted very strongly, but
they've never actually announced it officially, and they've never actually said consoles or dates or anything. I just don't understand why they're being so secretive about this game. It can't be that hard to remake.
I'm hoping that 7 finally rejuvenated that whole brand. And now 2 is totally different from 7, but I think that's at least rejuvenated the interest in it, and maybe now they'll finally see this is the time to do it. I'm hoping. Resident Evil 2 remake.
So do you also think, because I'm kind of going to cheat and throw out kind of prediction I had as a question, do you think we see Resident Evil 8?
I don't think so. I think that's next year.
I think it's next year too.
But I think this would be a good way to
bridge that gap.
If it has been in development for as long as they've been talking about it, we can't be too far off, which means there shouldn't be much left to do on it, and hopefully they're hard at work on Resident Evil 8.
Oh, I think if it gets announced, if RE2 remake gets announced, I think it comes out this October. I think they try to...
Yeah, I think if it's announced, it's out this year. I think 8 gets announced next year. I don't even know if it comes out on this generation. Yeah, that may be a PS5 I don't know.
Yeah, it's so
I don't see 8 being announced till next year.
I just wonder if they keep 8. They have to keep the first person perspective. I think for this new, I assume they're going to make a trilogy, and I assume it's going to be that and it'll have some tweaks like from 4 to 5 and then 5 to 6. Hopefully, it doesn't go the way that those did. Right. Hopefully, it goes in an uptick, not a downtick. But you got to think that they can use the same engine. They can use that it's not going to take all the planning and pre-production and everything that I had to do to get 7 out there to get 8 out there. So
hopefully.
What do I want to say next? So there was a game that came out in 2015. It was a really easy platinum. It was a PlayStation exclusive.
My Name is Mayo.
No, that was 2016, and I nailed that platinum. That was 2017. I nailed that platinum. No, it was 2016. Yeah, so there was a game that came out in 2015.
My first platinum.
What? You didn't play this game, did you?
No, then I guess I don't know what you're talking about.
There's a game that came out in 2015, and it was a Sony exclusive on PlayStation 4, and they built this game up a lot. It's still actually, if you go back and play it, it's not bright and colorful and everything, but like photorealism and stuff, it's still one of the prettiest games, and it was a very relatively early PlayStation 4 game. And there's a good game in there. The actual gameplay wasn't great. It was an easy platinum. It took like 6 hours to beat the game, maybe, and it was just like you could tell they put all their work into the visuals. They didn't put it in the gameplay. The story that's actually there was pretty cool because you interact with people like Tesla and stuff like that. And that game was The Order 1886. And I think we finally get announced because Ready at Dawn hasn't, for what I know of, hit the comment section if I'm wrong, I don't think they've put out anything since The Order 1886. The Order 1887 gets announced. And it comes out early next year, I think. Now, the only thing that could kind of throw this for a loop is I just don't understand with Sony coming out and saying that the way the C3 is going to go is that there's going to be no hardware and they're going to focus on those 4 first-party games. But they didn't say there wouldn't be any other announcements. Like, those are going to be the showcase.
Yeah.
But you've got to have something else to announce. And I think this is something now, like, The Order 1886 had a lot of hype behind it, and it didn't live up to it. It was probably like a 70 on Metacritic. It was a fine game. I'm glad I played it, and I got a platinum for it. But it was like, there's a really good story there. It's just the gameplay does not match up at all, and it ends on a cliffhanger, and there's another story that needs to be told going from werewolves and stuff to vampires in steampunk London back in 1887. I think, though, Ready at Dawn gets another chance, and I think they do a lot better this time. Ready at Dawn made completely different, I get that, but they made the 2 PSP God of War titles, which were 2 really good games. Ghost of Sparta was awesome. Yeah, Sony Santa Monica didn't do those. They let Ready at Dawn do them. Ghost of Sparta, probably other than the main entries in the series, it's better than Ascension. I would say that. It's a great game with a great story. Like, they know how to do good gameplay. And, I mean, the groundwork was there for God of War, but still, like, they know how to make good quality games.
Yeah.
And I think The Order 1887, without all this hype behind it, I think it can come in and kind of be a sleeper hit next year. Order 1887 gets announced, and it comes out early 2019. And I think they'll even say that, early 2019.
See, that's a game that I just don't... I never played. I don't even I'm not familiar with it in the slightest. I mean, I know about it. I couldn't even have told you it was werewolves. I didn't even know what it was. That's a game I haven't even thought of. And
what did you think I was saying about? What was your favorite? Oh, Oceanhorn?
I thought you were going for like Oceanhorn 2 or something.
I don't know what happened about that game in forever. It makes me nervous.
But, yeah. All right. My last one is very much a reach. I just forgot what word I was saying halfway through the word, and it was only one syllable. I'm staying away from Half-Life 3, and I'm staying away from Final Fantasy 7.
I wanted to do it, but there's just now with all this stuff coming out about job postings and stuff, like it's not going to happen.
All right. I think we finally get Kingdom Hearts 3 release date. I think it's this year. And my real stretch here, I don't even know license-wise if it can even happen. I want to see...
Don't say Lion King.
No, I want to see a non-true Disney world.
Okay.
Like a Marvel or Star Wars world.
Okay.
I don't even know if that can happen. I mean, it could. Yeah. I mean, it's Disney. I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you have like Wreck-It Ralph and all, Little Mermaid and all these things, and now we're in space. We're in Star Wars. We're on Naboo, or we're on whatever, or you go to. I mean, not a Keyblade lightsaber. That could be kind of cool.
It'd be funny if he goes boom and then it forms a key somehow.
Or like, I don't know how you do. It's not like DC where you can just go to Gotham City or Metropolis. Like, it's Marvel. We're going to go to New York. Is it going to be like New Donk City? Like, I don't know.
Oh my God,
there's no like
awesome.
Marvel world unless you go to like Asgard. But why, of all the Marvel stuff to include, why Thor?
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know how it could happen. I think it's very much a reach, but Kingdom Hearts is coming probably the end of this year, and a non-traditional Disney world portion, not Disney World, but Disney World,
Disney proper world,
will be shown.
Okay. There's two I want to do, so I'm just going to do both. The first one, it's kind of boring, but I do think it'll happen, and I'm excited for it because I completely missed out on these games. Coming out this fall also, I don't know how all this works with all these games coming out this fall, but because I think 4 is coming out fall next year, I think this fall, maybe it's early next year, but I think this fall we get Metroid Prime Trilogy on the Switch. And I am very excited to play it.
God, I hope so.
I've completely missed out on those games. I can't see how Metroid. I can because of the shooting aspect, but after playing Super Metroid and I gotta go back and I still gotta play Zero Mission. I gotta finish that still.
I got never beat that?
Hour and a half, 2 hours into it, and I just stopped because something else came out. I don't know how you do that in 3D. I know you've said it makes sense
because it's not. It is Metroid but first person. That's the only way I can describe it. It's not like it's a typical first person shooter where like the Twitch kind of. It's just Metroid but first person. It works.
Yeah,
you would love them.
I'm excited to play it. So I think that has. If they don't release that on Switch, then I don't know what Nintendo's doing. Like you don't even have to really like remake it. You just kind of up-res it.
It's already there. Yeah,
it's fine on Wii. Just up-res it, smooth out some textures, and basically what they did for Twilight Princess to get it on Wii U. Do that to get the Prime trilogy onto the Switch, and I'd be all about it. So that one's kind of boring, but I also think, and this one's kind of boring too, I think we finally get PUBG on PS4. I have I don't know that the details ever came out about Microsoft's exclusivity with that being on Xbox. So I don't think it's and now it's out on PlayStation 4, but Battle Royale will not stop. Like
no,
Fortnite continues to a free game to make over $200 million a month in people buying skins and Fortnite bucks and stuff. Yes. So
oh my God.
And so there's that. There's PUBG, which is like I think they're up to 3 maps now, which is cool. Or maybe just on PC, not on Xbox yet. They've had 6 months to work out the kinks that they had in the Xbox edition. We've seen obviously Black Ops is going the battle royale route, which I think is completely stupid. You've also seen people fail, like the Lawbreakers game that put Cliff Bleszinski and his studio out of business. I think it's time for PlayerUnknown to make the jump to PlayStation 4. Again, it all depends on what the exclusivity is with Xbox. So I don't know if it's a fall thing. I don't know if it's a December thing because it came out on Xbox in December. But I would love to see PUBG finally come to PlayStation 4. And I really do, even though it's $30, I would rather play that if it's working and not janky and all broken and stuff. I would rather play that than Fortnite, even though Fortnite's free, because I can't build. I can't, for the life of me, every time I play that game, I'm like, I'm not building at all because I don't get it. Like I was watching the party mode on Kind of Funny today where they finally played Fortnite, and it was funny, but you hear Andy said something like, you just go L2 circle circle, and that's how you build a quick wall if somebody's shooting at you. I was like, see, I need somebody to tell me these things because it's not fun to play this. And I go up there and I watch Nick and Noah, and they're like, I'm like, you're 10 and 8 years old. How are you guys doing this? I think PUBG would work more for my play style, where it's just, you land, find some weapons, get a vehicle or something, listen for footsteps, and just have fun. Like, I want to play that game, and I want to play it on PlayStation 4. I mean, I don't have a PC that can run it. So if I'm going to play that game, it's going to be on PS4. I think it finally gets announced. I think PUBG comes to PlayStation 4.
All right. I like it.
So I'll throw in 5, just because those last ones are kind of boring.
There's no rules here.
Yeah, the one that I thought we would both have was the Prime trilogy.
Yeah, I don't even think about that, but it could happen.
It could. You know what else could happen, Sean?
What's that, Kevin?
The favorite part of the podcast, where we get together and we play the It's the Back of the Box Challenge. If you didn't know, the Back of the Box Challenge is how we end the podcast here every time that we actually podcast here on Two Player Co-op. What this game is we take a look at a previously released retail game, turn that joker around, and we look at the back of the box per the name of the game. We then read the back of the box aloud to the other player and bleep out any pertinent information that would give the game away or make it way too obvious. Then the other player gets asked some follow-up questions to see if they can guess what the game is. That's the Back of the Box Challenge. That's what we're going to do now. Did you think of a game?
Yeah, I was hoping I would think of a better one, but I didn't. So,
you want to go first or you want me to go first?
I'll go first. I'll get this out of the way. You're either going to get it very quick
or never.
Or you won't, but you will. You've never... Never mind. Well, you haven't played this game.
Oh, great.
But you know it. The Final Terror. Launch into the biggest blank ever on blank. This is the explosive blank
finale.
And blank packed... What'd you say?
Finale?
Yeah. Oh. This is the explosive blank and blank packed finale to the incredible blank saga. An ancient, hideous, dark force stalks the Algol...
Well, that gave it away.
Star system. You, a young hunter, are destined to become Motavia's greatest warrior and strike the death blow.
What?
Death blow.
The blue hell.
That destroys evil forever.
You thought this was a bad choice? Because you thought I could get this... Okay, you thought I could get this easily. Is this an 8-bit game?
No.
16?
Yes.
Okay. Part of a series, obviously.
Yes.
Is the series all on 16-bit?
I don't think so.
Is this a console exclusive?
Yes. Yeah.
You had to think about it. So that means...
That's just... I had to... yeah, it is.
Is this a Konami game?
No.
Capcom?
No.
A Nintendo-made game?
No.
A Sega-made game?
Let me look this up.
Okay, so it's a Sega.
Yeah, it's Sega.
Sega. Okay. Is this a role-playing game?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you got it.
Is this? Are there? Does the title include some cosmic body?
A celestial.
Yes. Celestial. That's what I meant to say. Is this the third in the series?
It is not.
Is this the fourth?
It is.
It is Phantasy Star 4.
It is.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Holy crap! I didn't know that.
This is a game I think I would like.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you've got the pie. I think you would. I think that's
like
a game
it just
that would
look
click
like.
for you.
I mean, it looks like Final Fantasy.
Holy crap! That looks good for the
That's
Sega.
what I'm saying. Like, I would have thought this would have just looked like garbage, and maybe the first ones did. But I mean, this one looks pretty legit. Like, I think I'd probably like this game.
That was really late Genesis too. I think
this is 94. Yeah, 94.
Wow. Okay. No, that's a game. That's one of the series I thought of when we both got our pies. I was like, that seems like something you would at least like.
Is it on
try.
there? I mean, do I have it? Do you know?
Probably, but if not, I've definitely put it on mine by now, so you can take that.
Yeah, I may jump into that one of these days.
Yeah, I feel like you would like it. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You are invited to your own demise, in all caps. Battle the world's toughest blanks.
Is this a fighting game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Battle the world's toughest fighters in this invitation only, in quotes, underworld tournament.
Is this a 3D fighting game?
Yes. Only one, caps lock, warrior will survive. Will it be your destiny? Wait, does that even make sense?
Is that it?
And then it's just like, it's just talking about the game.
Is this
glory, love, revenge, death, pulverize 8 deadly challengers and whoever or whatever comes next. Are you up to it?
Is this a 16-bit game?
No.
32?
Yes. Unbelievable. That's one sentence. Sweep kicks, rapid fire hits, sky high jumps, bleep word, I guess, slaps, killer combos, and tons of weapons and special moves.
Is it Tekken?
No.
No. I thought maybe it was Tekken Tournament, the way you're talking about Invitational or something. Is it
I remember this game fondly, but I heard somebody talking about it, maybe it was on Gape Scoop or something recently, and they were like, that game was not that good.
See, is it FX Fighter?
No. I thought about it, but I'm like, it's going to be too obvious.
Okay. Is this a PlayStation game?
Yes.
Exclusive?
Yes. Well, I mean, I think it came out on PC also, but yeah.
Is it
you should know it now.
I get all these. Is it like Toshinden?
Battle Arena.
Toshinden.
And it was one of the first PlayStation games, so it still came out when they did the vertical jewel cases instead of
I don't remember
like
them
the
ever
case.
doing that.
Yep. Battle Arena Toshinden. I remember this game very fondly. It doesn't look like it aged that well, but I can remember playing this with Tom at his house, and I loved this game.
That looks familiar.
But
I don't
again,
think I played it much, if at all. But so I can't even say that I remember it fondly, but I would have thought that it was remembered fondly. But maybe not.
And it's one of those things that was weird. Like it was a 3D fighter, but this was before they had analog sticks. So you're using just a D-pad because analog sticks didn't come out until Ape Escape.
Really?
I don't know what I was trying to say, but yeah,
that's when it started.
Yeah, which I think was after Metal Gear Solid. Like you could play Metal Gear Solid with just a D-pad, but that's top down, so that kind of makes sense.
That works. Huh.
Battle Arena Toshinden, and it had I think 2 sequels. I think they made 3 of them before they killed it, but
all on PS1.
I don't think it made it to PS2. And actually, the sequels may have come out on Saturn also. I don't know. Y'all can fact check me. I'm not declaring that it's true. Oh God, I think it was Takara. Let me see. Feels like it was a Takara game. It was made by doesn't say.
2 hours later.
It just says Sony maybe Sony made it. Maybe it didn't come out on any other systems then. I could have sworn. Well, it came out on DOS.
Takara.
It is Takara. Okay, I couldn't
developed by Tamsoft.
I couldn't find it on the
published by
box.
Takara and Sony Computer Entertainment in 1995 and 1996 for the PlayStation, Sega Saturn, Game Boy, and PC.
It actually looks better on PC. I mean, it's still the crappy 3D models and stuff, but it's clearer. They didn't even list Saturn on Moby Games, so. Hey, there's a guy named Kevin, but Kevin, or is that Kayin? No, that's Kayin. Never mind. I've talked enough. This, everybody, has been episode 108 of the Two Player Co-op podcast. Thank you guys so much for being here and hanging out with us. It's the most exciting time of the year. We love E3. We love doing the predictions and everything. I hope you guys like the way we change things. That's all, folks. I hope you like the way we change things up this year. It was fun to put a little bit of a different spin on it and kind of just have some discussion topics and then still get into our hopes and dreams for E3. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. If you haven't already, like I said in the beginning, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. It means a lot to us. And you know, like I said, we said on the last podcast, we're going to be getting back into seasonal content. Bear with us until this guy gets back from going, you know, a quarter of the way around the world to Ireland. But once
the motherland.
Yes. So once he gets back, we'll get back into. We still never talked about. I think we do the first. I think we just do the first option.
I don't know what you're talking about.
For the next season. The corner.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think we do the corner next. So stay on the lookout for that. Mario Mondays are back. Our first episode went up this week. I don't know what day this is going up, but it went up Monday. So we're playing New Super Mario Brothers Wii. If you have not checked that out, go check it out. It's a lot of fun. It gets really stupid in episodes 2 and 3 because we recorded all 3 episodes on one night and had a little bit of beer. And if you've never played the New Super Mario games with the multiplayer stuff going, it is just ridiculous in the best way possible. It's been a lot of fun so far. I'm anxious to get back and start recording again. But check out New Super Mario Wii. We're having a lot of fun with that. Definitely a different spin on Mario. And of course, you know, we're also part of the Nerd 901 family. So go to nerd901.com for all things nerdy in Memphis and around the globe. Again, Nick, I don't remember the new catchphrase, so help me out so I can update my notes for the next time. And like we said last time, go to youtube.com/blurwithoutfear. Hit that subscribe button for Ernie as well. He hit 5,000 subscribers before our last episode went up, but hey, let's get him to 10,000 now. He's doing great work over there. Ernie, super proud of you. It's awesome, dude. Of course, you can find us on Twitter. I'm at Kevin White 24. He's at Real Sean White. Together we're at 2player_co-op. So check us out there. We've got don't even go to Facebook. YouTube.com/2player-co-op for all your 2-player co-op needs. This has been a lot of fun. I don't know what I said.
For all your 2-player co-op needs.
It's been fun. Hopefully E3 is great this year. Hopefully everything we predicted. If everything we predicted comes true.
If half of what we predicted comes true. Best E3 ever.
If one thing we predicted comes true, it'll still be pretty good. So hopefully E3 is great. We may do a recap when Sean gets back. We'll see how everything is going around that time. But yeah, if not, we will see you sometime. And until that sometime, Sean, go ahead and take us out.
Thank you for playing. Whoops.
Not even close. That'll be a lot harder than the pen.
I'm going to try that again.
All right.
Thank you for playing.
Not even further away.
Right. One more time.
Back.
Yep. Thank you for playing.
Oh!
Almost on the microphone.
Yeah,
next time.
Sounded
for sure.
weird on the microphone. Hey, thanks, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. I like this to be the new way we sign off now.